What's up, guys? Chevalier is here. Today I just want to talk to you a little bit about awakening materials. Now, this is mostly directed towards new players, but I guess it can go towards really anyone at any stage in your game. But especially when you first start out, you're going to have a lot of income in gems, and you're going to want to spend them on hopefully not item draws, maybe a few hero draws and keys and whatnot. Air gold, that's all fine, but make sure you save a decent stockpile, because one of the most important things, at least in my opinion, and I believe holistically speaking, is going to be spent on the special dungeon refreshes. Now, when you first start out and you go in there and you try it out and you get wrecked, you're just like, oh, okay, I'm not going to be able to do that until like 2 months in or a month in. Well, that's not really true, especially with the acceleration in the game that they brought since a couple months ago, maybe more than that. With the 2, 3, 6 stars that they give you for free. But anyways, after my first week of playing, which was a little intensive, but a week or two at least, you can go ahead and say with a couple good friends, you can go ahead and for sure do the first 2, give or take a couple that might have a CC intensive boss. But when you head over to the special dungeon, you kind of get to know which bosses after a while are going to be the sticklers. For example, the Stage 3 Lana for the Faith Dungeon, or Mithy. Those can really kind of be hard if you don't have good enough friends or good enough heroes yourself, but a 6-star healer and just a full 6-star team should get you through most of these stages, and it doesn't take all that long, and even 3 or 4 6-stars would be fine with a couple awakening friends, which aren't that hard to get. A lot of people at this stage have at least 1 or 2 awakenings, and to get there as soon as possible, try this as soon as you start. Like day 1, if you have the ability to get here, try it. Probably not, but as soon as possible. And it only costs, for the very first refresh, 60 gems per dungeon. So that's not too bad, especially if you're only going to go for 1 hero, because there are 3 different tiers. The Bravery, Destiny, and I guess you can call Combat, that kind of go... Just kidding. I think one is called the Bravery set. Whatever. Anyways, I digress. They'll come with little certain mats, and I guess that'd be better shown in the other tab, so I can better explain this. Jeez. Each set has 5 different materials. These top row, the squares, and the diamonds, and they each come with their own scroll and token. My bad, 6. Anyways, each dungeon you get 2 if you successfully I'm not even gonna cut that out. Successfully complete it, and every 3 consecutive times per each of the 3 dungeons, as well as the last one, but that one's pretty tough, you get an extra 1. So if you did 3 a week, you'd get 6, and if you did 3 refreshes on each, you get 12. Now 12 mats a day for each specific one is pretty good, especially with all the bonus gems that they're giving out and the ones that you start with. 100 and what did I say? 180? Yeah, 180 for just those refreshes. And it's especially cheap if you're going to go for one specifically, like I did. I'm going on my 62nd day right now, and this isn't even doing my own plan all that much. I got lazy a couple times or whatever, but I did it most of the time. And as you can see, I'm about a week away from awakening one of the characters that has this, which is either going to be Orga or Cyan. I'm not actually sure yet, but anyways. You get a lot, and this is only 2 months in with not full taking advantage of the 12 a day system. And after the first 60, it's 120, 120, and I think it goes up a little bit more than that. I'm not sure. I went past the 121. It's kind of, I mean, it's not pointless if you're almost next to awakening, especially if you you actually spend money. Like I myself haven't spent a dime on the game, which I kind of feel bad because I mean it is a pretty good game, support the developers and whatnot, but they're just They kind of sell the whole pay to win thing a little bit too much, so I've kind of been, yeah. It's like going to a casino and you know you're not going to win anything, for the most part. And besides, it's more, at least in my opinion, it's more worth it if you just do it over time. The whole it takes time to get seems more valuable and worthwhile as a thing I guess I got going. But I'd say about a month and a half, 2 months if you did it for every single one. I mean, technically, with all the they're giving away mins like every month now it seems, and if you get lucky on your rerolls, you could technically have 3 awakens by then. But I only went for the one. I mean, I'm not that hardcore of a player, but just at least if you're gonna do anything, because a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people are coming and going, but the people that are staying are getting these awakened, and they're gonna keep getting more and more. And just having the 10 plus heroes isn't gonna cut it anymore. You're gonna have to get a lot of awakening. I'm sure you want them, and it may seem like a faraway goal, but it's one of the quickest things to do. It may not be all that AFKable, especially when you're first getting in there, and it may be a little tough. I'd recommend doing one wave at a time. There's no time limit in there, so you can spend as long as you need to. So do the first wave, use every single one of your character's skills, then wait. And be careful, especially if you have a melee lead, which you should, that your character doesn't go off into the next and aggro the next group if you're not ready for it. And just take them on one by one. And really try and ask in chat for some awakening friends. Those will really help out. The most you'd need is 3 a day. If they're +7. If they're not +7, then it's kind of iffy. Especially on the later stage. The 3rd stage. But it's awakening, still an awakening. They could have a good talent. And let's see. You may be wondering how many of them it takes. For the, why does BlueStacks keep doing that? For the first tier, which is going to be these two, the red and yellow and the red and green, you need 45 for whichever of the three. There's 3 different tiers. For, I don't know how the system works. I kind of just look it up on the Soulseeker Wikia. Wikia? That's not even a word. Wiki. And they have most of the heroes there and what they require. And if you get a hero to 10 plus, it'll let you see, but before then, because besides getting the actual mats, you want to have a good awakened hero. Especially, I would say lead, healer, and then a good support first. And by good support, I mean not someone like Liz. Yeah, Liz is good, Mithy's good, but they're not a good support. They're not going to really push you that much in scenario. Yeah, they'll be good for arena, you'll get a little bit more rewards, but especially with the new, what's it called? The revamped Sky Island, the supporting stats on a good support that has that flinch, it may not have the curse of a Mithy or a Liz, but its supporting stats speak for themselves. With a flinch, I'd say go that instead of, I mean, if that's what you get, if you happen to roll 3 different Liz's, 3 different Mithys, let's name another one, 3 different Warrens, that's fine. I mean, it's going to be beast in arena, but I recommend getting like a midway, something who's going to be good in scenario. I'm not saying they're not good in scenario with the whole curse thing, but someone with double or almost triple the supporting stats of them is going to be more beneficial, in my opinion. I'm not saying, like, I'm not even going to edit that out, but because I know I'm going to probably get a lot of dislike for hating on the Mithy and Liz. At least that's how it happens in chat, but not hating on them, just saying. Anywho, kind of got lost my train of thought there. Anyways, so I'd go lead, healer, and then support, and then whatever else you can get. Try and prioritize better champions with good supporting stats in CC or strong DPS abilities. There was a new hero that came out with a curse ability as well, but like Mithy, Liz, and the new, I think she had a crossbow or something. She was last week's new hero, I think. But let's see if I have any more tips on the special dungeon. Don't even bother with the distorted dungeon at first. Like, it's dick. Like, the ones with the goblins and the little bats are okay, but the ones with the awakened heroes and time limits, it's not worth the shitty reward. Wait till you get a really good team. But just if you don't feel like you're gonna just be responsible, not responsible to game, but let's see, be adamant enough to do that every week. Pick one. Find a hero that you're gonna awaken that you want to awaken. They're gonna give away more mins. I'm not promising that, but it just seems to be a new trend now with all the people bitching on the forums. Let's see. There's people bitching, and then there's people saying it's going to get too easy. It's back and forth, but that's how all games are. Focus on one of the tiers. Look up the hero that you want to get, that you think you're going to get, or that you know you want to get. Like, I should probably awaken Orga first, and I wasn't. Like, I got the healer. I didn't have Zeb just yet. I was going to be responsible, probably go the healer first, because that healer's also a melee lead. It was helping you progress further, but I always wanted a Scion. That's what I wanted. Pick something that you want. It's your game. Especially if it looks cool, because I don't know if it's just me, but a lot of these things in this game are aesthetically pleasing, so his awakening's pretty cool. Maybe a little gay, but what's wrong with that? I've gone off that point at least 3 different times. Yeah, pick one of the tiers. Like, go for the bravery set, or the squares, or the diamonds, and just, that's 180 gems 3 times a week, because they have to do the tiers in which they give the first 2, which you need 45 of, and the second. Let me just get over here so I can show you. The first 2 and the second 2, which also come with the chance of the scroll. And then the third being the tokens. And different heroes require a certain token. And I believe it's 35 of those as well. And it doesn't take that long. Like, I'm really disappointed that I missed a couple days here and there, because I would have an awakened Scion right now and be pushing a lot further in progression in Arena, but yeah, in time. But it's not that bad. You may get wrecked your first couple times in there, but you'll learn. You'll learn which ones suck, and you'll learn to get better. Not to accidentally aggro the next mob, hate the CC or damage from the 3rd tier dungeons. But you can do it. Get some awakened friends, level up your heroes the best you can. You can get in there pretty early. Start doing all the dungeons, or the dungeons that you're going to do for your first awakened hero, as soon as possible. They have a lot better stats. They come with a talent. Most of the time pretty shitty. But hey, that's what this game's turning into. We're going to have all awakened teams. I don't know how the pet thing's going to be, like, work into that. Is it going to be like a little skin type of bonus, or is it actually going to be that beneficial? Anyways, besides having an awakened hero, good runes, like the next step after that, but they need to, I'm not even going to talk about runes. That's RNGesus has to be on your side to get lucky with that, to even get one, nonetheless have it be good. And specifically for your hero with the tens of heroes? That sounds weird. It's like over 100 and something, I don't know. Look at the hero book. But anything else? Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Anyways, besides spazzing out, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and please comment down below to let me know if you'd like some information on anything else, or some constructive criticism. Anything is appreciated, besides death threats. Bye-bye.